I have a question for you. Are you God? Are you God? If the answer to this question is no, why are you acting like Him? Why are you acting like God? Why can't you just let go? Because that's what God wants you to do. Why can't you just let go and let God handle the things? You cannot control people. You cannot control situations. You cannot even control your own life because you never know what's going to happen in a few seconds. You never know. Genuinely asking, who do you think you are? You're not all that. I know wanting to control people is some sort of trauma response, but you have to learn that people have their own lessons to learn, okay? If you do not let them, if you keep interfering, if you try to control their every action and decision for them, it's not going to work out because you interfere with God's work. You do not have the right to interfere with God's work, okay? Because you're not God. Let's be real. You do not even have control over the things you could have control over, but here you are trying to control other people's lives when you have no business to even be in their life in the first place. That's insane. That is insane. Are you aware? The things you could have control over, you're letting them slide, but instead you insist on getting involved in other people's lives when you have no business being there. Look, I don't know your situation. I don't know what you're latching onto that you refuse to let go of, but let me tell you, the thing you're trying to control is actually controlling you. It's making you miserable. It's getting you into depression. It's making you suicidal. It's doing everything to you except good. It's straining you. Are you not aware? Are you not aware of what you're doing to yourself because you insist that you know everything better and that you can, take the hand of that person or take that situation and guide it into the right direction? Who are you? Let it go. Let them do it. Let them make their own mistakes. It's not your life. It's not your lesson to learn. Let them. Hi, I'm Alara. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about how God works in very miraculous ways. I have seen this over and over and over again. The thing you refuse to let go of, right? It's destroying you. When was the last time you were happy? Genuinely speaking. When was the last time you remember being genuinely happy before this situation, before this person stepped into your life? You don't remember, right? It has been so long because you cannot let go of these things. Look, let me tell you something. I know that you know that their decisions will lead to demise. I know you know that. But you can't do anything about it. You cannot do anything about it. I know this is frustrating. I know you don't want to hear this, but if you don't let go, and if that person, through their own will and through their own decision, decides that they want to ruin their lives, they will ruin you in the process too. Because you refuse to let go. You have to let go. You have to accept the fact that you're not the only person on this planet. People have to go through lessons for them to learn, for them to evolve. If you interfere in God's work, it will only make it harder for you. It will make it harder for the person because you're adding things into this process that do not belong there in the first place. And let me tell you something. The moment you let go, I know this sounds so cliche, but the moment you let go, the moment you genuinely say, I do not care about this anymore. Not a pretentious, I don't care. I'm talking about the genuinely, I could care less what this person does or how they decide for their own life. The moment you do that, God takes back full control over the situation because God respects your free will. If you want to interfere, He will say, okay, let me see. Let me see how you handle it. Let me see how you play me. Because He knows that's not going to work out. But He will let you do it anyway. And you will destroy yourself in the process. And God is just waiting there, just watching. And He's just waiting for you to give it to Him. He's respecting your free will. And the moment you give it to Him, actually, He's like, bet. Everything gets resolved on its own. You don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to lift a single thing. It will just resolve itself, the situation you've been stressing over, the people you've been stressing over, that thing you've been stressing over, it's gone. It's gone. It happened so quickly, you don't even know what hit you. It's so ridiculous. Because you refuse to let go, the time you spend in trials and tribulations keeps expanding. It keeps expanding. Longer and longer and longer. The longer you refuse to let go, the longer it will keep going. Let's go. Let them do it. Let them make their own mistakes. I know it's hard to watch. I know you know how it's going to end. Let them do it anyway. Let them do it anyway. You have your own life. You have not been stressing this hard over your own life than you have been for that person or that thing. You should be stressing over your own life that hard, not over other people or situations that you have no control over in the first place. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? You have been wasting your life. You have been wasting most of your life trying to keep things under check that you had no business keeping under control in the first place. Never. God never asked of you to do that. Do yourself a favor and just watch. And just watch. Draw your boundaries and say, this is it. I've done everything I could have done and even more for you or the situation. I'm letting go. I'm just gonna watch. I am just gonna see how this plays out because it's not my life in the first place. People just like you have their own free will, and how they use their own free will is none of your business. If they decide that they want to destroy their lives, you have to respect it. I know you don't want to watch this. I know you don't want to hear this. But this is the reality. Me, for example, right? I'm a huge control freak. A huge control freak. I used to be. Until a couple days ago. Something happened. And this situation I've been stressing over for 1.5 years. 1.5 years I could not let go. I insisted that I know better and that I can somehow resolve this. Funny. Quick spoiler. It ended up in me just sitting back and watching, and I watched it resolve itself within days after letting go. Here's the thing. If there's multiple people in your life that are stressing over the same situation, y'all have to let go. Because as long as one person is involved, it won't resolve itself. Y'all have to let go. Everyone has to let go. Just shake it off. Shake it off. You do not get involved with it anymore. It's none of your business. Just say, God, I can't do this anymore. I do not have the strength to do this anymore. Please take over. And he's like, thank you. Thank you. I've been waiting for this moment. And he takes full control back. Just watch. Just watch itself resolve. It's so funny. It's so funny. Me and the people around me who were stressing over the situation looked at each other and we were like, what was that? So we've been stressing for 1.5 years for absolutely nothing. For absolutely nothing. It's insane. You do not have the strength to control these things. You do not have the strength or the ability to keep things in check. Focus on your own life. Focus on your loved ones. And if your loved ones are the thing that you're stressing over, then you also have to let go. It's for their own sake. You're missing this part. It's for their own sake. It's because they need to go through a lesson. I learned a lesson, and the people around me who were trying to control the situation all learned a lesson. Everyone. And we're not the same people we used to be 1.5 years ago. And if God needs someone to learn a lesson, then you better let God handle it. Because he will not forsake them, as he did not forsake you. You may think that God has forsaken you, but he's just watching because you refuse to let go. Again, God respects everyone's free will. Please, do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor. And mind your own business. Mind your own business, please. For your own sake. Mind your own business.